My name is Mike Tholfsen, and I work on the Microsoft Education product team. Here's the agenda. We've got what's new in Teams EDU, what's new in AI for EDU, and then new M365 and Windows 11 updates, as well as a Q&A, Ask Us Anything. And before we get into the updates, I wanted to put this up here. If you haven't seen the amazing, colorful quick guides from Scottish MIE expert Miss Aird, definitely encourage you to check these out. They're amazing for PD. They're amazing as handouts, PDFs, really fun and really succinct, which is kind of nice. So next time you're doing a PD or you want to help people understand more about our products, these are great guides to check out. We partnered with Miss Aird on her, and we are huge fans. So with that, I'm going to kick it over to Sam, who's going to take us through a few of the updates in Teams.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. So what's new with Teams is the new Teams. That's a line Max used this morning while presenting the new Teams, and I thought it was just hilarious. So we're really excited to share that the new Teams is now fully GA. You can try this out. You can use this out and see what the experience is like. It's meant to be faster, consume fewer resources, and just be a simpler and easier to navigate UX. And I can attest to the fact that it's getting better and better each day as the team is getting more feedback. It really is faster, simpler, it's more flexible, and it's GA now. We also want to let you know that the default will be new Teams starting in January. So we encourage you all to use time this sort of winter break period in Northern Hemisphere, or before you go back to school in Southern Hemisphere, to try out, get accustomed to the new Teams, because it will be the default starting in January, and then it will be sort of the only option after March. So just kind of keep those timelines in mind, but we're really excited for you to try out the new Teams, and please keep that feedback coming. If you have any issues or bugs, feel free to let us know. Something else I want to talk about is Classwork reuse. So we've talked about Classwork a couple of times on this webinar, but we're really, really excited about Classwork reuse. So Classwork is an app that allows you to create and organize all of your different course resources in the same place, including assignments, links, files, channels, class notebook sections and pages, and more. And now, coming later this year, you'll actually be able to reuse your modules across classes. So if I'm teaching multiple sections of chemistry, I can build out all of my content in one team and copy that content over into my new teams. And similarly, I can reuse teams and content year after year. So we're really excited about this. It's going to make it super simple for you to copy all of your content from team to team, which has been one of our biggest customer pain points in Teams for a long time. So we're really excited for this, and we're loving the customer feedback we're getting on Classwork, so please keep it coming. All right, I'm going to pass it off to Leif now to take us through some awesome assignments and grades updates.
Thanks, Sam. So a couple of things we're going to talk about today in assignments and grades and classwork. So the first thing to talk about is Reflect exit ticket. So I hope you are also trying out Reflect already in your system. But we have added now the ability for you to link in your Reflect into your assignment process. So whenever a student are returning in an assignment, you can ask about how you feel about the assignment, and that recorded next to the grade as well. So when you, as a teacher, you could actually see the trend for that student, as well as see kind of how the whole class is doing by assignment as well, so kind of together. So that is shipping out in November. Another big thing that people ask for a long time for us is the ability to edit a PDF directly into assignments. So we know there's a lot of students and teachers using PDF today in Teams, but we don't have the ability to edit, just view only. So since we added scans PDF last year, we now add the ability to do ink, highlight, and for forms, also then directly do text as well for PDF forms. So all this is coming out, rolling out right now in November, and I'll show that a little bit later in our demo. Another big thing that we have heard a lot from our customers about is the notion of doing extending and personalizing due dates. So often you have a class, you have certain students that you need extra time for different reasons. We now are allowing you to extend due dates for one or more people in your class. They can be, of course, individual due dates. That could be because they need more time in a particular assignment. It could be because they do reassign assignment back to students to do more work. All those things are available for you to do as a per student functionality. So speaking of the same area, so in addition to due date, we also add the ability to do grade and feedback batching. So a lot of teachers still, so with the batch update, you can now actually select multiple students, give one grade or give one feedback. As you may know, we added the alternative grading scheme last month. So you can have things like pass, fail, or different grades automatically and make it much quicker for you to do this directly into assignments. So excited to get this out for you guys soon. And lastly, the last kind of theme of all these experiences in assignments detail is the send reminder. So if you want to remind students to start looking at your assignment again, you're now adding the ability directly to click in the assignment, select one or more students, and send a quick reminder to them in Teams to start looking at your assignment. So the last two things to talk about that we're doing for assignment. First thing is the warning students of missing attachments. We know a lot of teachers want to have the ability to actually warn students or inform them that they have forgot to put in content when they're turning in. So if you add things like attach or attachment in your instructions, we automatically give you a turning warning for the students when they're turning in, and there's no attachment warning. So a quick way for students to get feedback that they need to do more work before turning in, and hopefully saving some time for you as an educator as well. And last but not least, we're just updating the way for us to change the distribution of a file. So as you know, you can choose to have a read-only copy of a file in assignments, or you can make distribution of each copy for each person as well. We just moved now added the ability for you to do it directly on the file, just as we do in Office components today. So with that, let me just do a quick demo here. I'm going to share my screen. So I'm here inside assignment, create a new assignment here. I'm going to test this bonding experience. And I can now, of course, now add my PDF file. So if you go to OneDrive and choose an existing PDF. In chemistry, I have two here, one for a lab and one for my radiation. Attach these two to the thing. If I want to now, I said if I go into the experience of the PDF, I can now click on edit, and I will automatically do now support things like highlight for the file. I can ink for different colors as well, highlight certain things, and of course we save changes back directly, either in this view or the grading view directly. I can also choose to go into a Adobe form, and for these views, and edit. And the same thing here in my selection mode, I can now start typing in directly into the form, into assignment as well. So supported directly into the edit mode. So super excited about those features. I'm going to skip that thing there. Just assign this thing for our students right now. So you can show one more thing here. If I go to my class now, said before, I have now all these students. Let's say this was a handout people did manually, and I can now select multiple of these students. I can leave feedback or grading directly into the system, and just bulk up it everybody at the same thing. So I'm gonna return it and get it done. With that, I'm gonna transfer over to Emma, I believe.
So the theme for today and every day continues. We hear you, we are building things for you, and now as much as ever, that continues to be true. One of the biggest things that we've heard requested for reading progress is noise suppression. We've got students completing reading progress assignments in noisy classrooms or at home with noisy siblings. And the idea now is that educators can enable background noise suppression in the review stage of reading progress. And so this is going to be super powerful. We're very, very excited to be rolling this out, and it is available now. So noise suppression in reading progress. Next up, we have two new updates for Search Progress, which is our newest progress app. We have export to clipboard functionality and coming soon tablet support. So exporting to clipboard was a really highly requested feature because students put so much work into putting together their research summaries. And they've got this big list of sources, they've got explanations that they've very painstakingly entered, and all of these details are stuck within the Search Progress assignment. Well, no more. You can now copy a list of sources, you can paste them at the end of a Word document or a presentation, or otherwise just bring your hard search progress work into your next deliverable. So that is super exciting. And then of course, another top request is tablet support. We are working on that and we'll be rolling that out this month as well. So two very exciting Search Progress updates on this side too. Next, we have a brand new brain break category in Reflect. This is the coloring book, and we are so excited to be sharing this one. We know what the research tells us about coloring being a really nice way to calm down and spend time reflecting. And what we can see here is a brand new brain break. So I'm going to share my screen and show you what this looks like in Reflect for Web, but know that this is also available in Reflect for Teams as well. And if I do it in Teams, and here I'll share my screen so you can see, I'll have this full selection of coloring pages, whether I'm in the web app or whether I'm in Teams. But if it's Teams, it'll also adopt the most recent emotion that I've reported in my most recent check-in. So it's going to be all that more catered to me. This isn't something that an educator needs to assign. It's something that's available to students all the time, and we're super excited about that too. So you can see here, I can choose from a number of different coloring sheets. And along with each coloring book page, I get a new prompt. So in this case, what initially confused you, but now you're an expert at. And so if I choose to color this one here, I can select from a number of colors. It's really easy. You don't need to be any kind of artist to have fun with this one. We've got a rainbow pathway and all the rest, and I can actually go forward to one that I completed earlier today. And I can choose to say I'm done. I can save it. I can keep coloring. I can try another picture. Or if I'm Mike, I can export it and send it to my group chat to share how I'm feeling at a given point in time. So really, really love this feature. So excited. And we're going to have all 60 Reflect emotions reflected with their own coloring pages moving forward. So that's going to be really, really wonderful. Reflect is also going to be available soon in learning management systems. So just while we wait for the deck to get back up here, I can just share a couple of more details. We're going to start off with Canvas and with Schoology. And down the line as well, we plan to expand this to every learning management system that supports the LTI standards. So if you'd like to get an email when it's available for your LMS, you can fill out the form on the screen. There's an easy AKA link there, and we're really excited to make this available to more people in more places. And with that, I'll pass it along to the wonderful Anoo.
Thank you, Emma. Hi, everyone. It's good to be here. Next, we're going to be looking at some time-saving tools for educators and even a productivity booster. So let's start with Parent Connection. As you know, Parent Connection is the app in Teams Education for educators to stay connected with parents and guardians. Educators can reach out to parents through Parent Connection. They can chat with them. They can email. There's an SMS that can go out. They can schedule conferences with them. They can even send out class-wide announcements to all parents at once. But to make things even easier to help educators get going, we're going to save their time by making it possible for them to add the roster of all the parents for their class on their own. They don't need to ask IT admins to do this. That said, any parents that the educator adds in will be approved by the school admin. So we do have that approval check for confirmation, but it'll be much easier now for educators to add those parents in themselves. This will be generally available in December. Next, let's take a look at what happens on the parent side. Parents use School Connection. School Connection is available in private preview today in Teams Consumer. This app gives them a view into how their student is doing at school. It gives them a view into their assignments, their classroom engagement. It even gives them reading progress insights. This is available in private preview, like I said, and it's going to be available generally in December. We now have SharePoint Web Part for Viva Connections available. So the Teams calendar is now available as a web part inside of Viva Connections, making it easier for you to see your calendar even while you're in Viva in a single view. This is going to be available at the end of the year. Next, let's get to that productivity booster I promised. The Meet app in Teams is a game changer because it makes it easier for you to keep track of your Teams meetings much more easily. You can have an at-a-glance view of all your meetings. You can also catch up on chats. You can look at the files. You can get caught up on the meetings all within the Meet app. You can get to it from the 3 dots in the left rail and just add it in. So there's the Meet app to save your meeting time. And that's available now. Teams meetings engagement is coming at the end of the year. You will be able to tell how the engagement is in your meetings, including seeing reactions and hand raising. So if you're wondering how your off-camera students are doing or how your off-camera teachers or colleagues are doing, you can figure that out by looking at the meetings engagement information. So that's that. And I'm going to hand it off to Sam, I believe.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about AI in education and a lot of cool updates that we have for you guys today. So the first, we've talked about a couple of these things before, but just want to reiterate, please check out some of the courses we have on Microsoft Learn, helping educators get up to speed on some of our cool AI tools. So first off, we have this AI for Educators course. That's a great introduction, great overview for using generative AI in the classroom and really getting acquainted with that as an educator and all the things that it can do and do for you. So please check out this one as kind of a good starting point and an overview. We also have a course on Bing Chat for educators on Microsoft Learn as well. So Bing Chat is free GPT-4. It's through the Bing Chat interface, and it allows you to generate things using kind of backed up by that GPT-4 engine. It's really powerful, but also because it's Bing Chat, it allows you to bring in that web piece as well and get the sources and see the grounding of the information too. So we have a whole course that we've designed for educators, helping you figure out how to use Bing Chat in the classroom to create resources and to use it most effectively to augment and support your teaching practice. So take a look at both of those courses. We also have this cool quick guide. This is one of the ones that Leif dropped the link to all of these in the chat earlier. So one of those awesome guides that Mike was talking about. But yeah, this is one that we have on Bing Chat for educators as well. Now, I do want to talk about Bing Chat Enterprise, which is available for you to try today if you're a faculty using an A3 or A5 license, and in the future it will be available at $5 a user as well if you don't have that A3 or A5 license. But the really cool thing about Bing Chat Enterprise is that it does protect your organizational data. It does not save any of your chat data or your chat history, and it does not use any of the things that you input into the model to train any future models or anything like that. It's totally protected, totally private. You can feel really secure when using Bing Chat Enterprise, and it's that same awesome Bing Chat experience that allows you that free access to GPT-4. So it's available today in preview, as I mentioned. If you have an A3 or A5 license and you're faculty, you should be able to just start using this and try it out, and we'd love to get your feedback. You can see cool examples, I think, in this next one here about, for example, creating a lesson plan. And we have a lot of, prompts and guidance out there available as well about how to most effectively use it. So please check out the course and then get started using Bing Chat Enterprise for education. So there we go. I'm creating a lesson plan on linear algebra. I have it on the more creative setting, which means it's fully using that GPT there on the back end. Yeah, so that's Bing Chat Enterprise. There is also a new Windows update. So this is the Windows 11 23H2 update, and it brings in some really cool features, one of which I'll show you here in a second. The first is Copilot. So once you download this update, I will say I personally had to restart my machine a couple times after doing the update to get Copilot to show up. But now I have an awesome Copilot thing in my taskbar. I can pull it up and it'll allow me to access Bing Chat Enterprise right there. So I can use Bing Chat on the side, but it will also work as my Copilot for Windows 11. So I have all those awesome generative features, but I can also say things like, hey, turn on dark mode. Hey, connect to this device, and totally access all of my Windows 11 features and really use it as kind of my assistant there as well. So it's really powerful and really cool that it's just there in the taskbar. Ever since I did the update, I've been using it like every day. So encourage you to check that one out and update to the newest Windows 11. We also have this ability to co-create with AI in Microsoft Paint. So this is really cool. I think Mike's example here is generating a Darth Vader in a nice green meadow. You can select the option here, all of that. He selected an oil paint, and he's going to go ahead and create. And there you have it. You have a bunch of variations. So this is using that DALL-E 3 technology to generate images. This is already there today in Bing Chat, but now you can also use it in Paint. So super, super powerful. We also have the ability to do background removal. I'll paste a fun example that I've been doing in the chat later. But this is really awesome. If I have like a whole background in Paint and then I've pasted another image on top of that, I can select that image and choose remove background, and it'll reveal everything behind it. So this is a really cool new AI feature as well that's going to come with that new Windows 11 update. Yeah, and Paint, I'm seeing a lot of cool things in the chat about Paint being very modern now. 100%. I've been blown away since I started using Paint again. There's a lot of cool new features, so powerful and so much you can do with it. I know a lot of the PMs at Microsoft legitimately use it every day to create cool images. So yeah, as you can see here, here's the click through. I'm removing that background, and there we go. I just have my Darth Vader. A couple more things. We have our generating AI passages in reading progress. Mike will put some information in the chat about how you can get signed up for the private preview if you aren't already. But reading progress has the ability now to generate custom passages. We know one thing that educators don't like to do is have to find age-appropriate passages with the right content, all of that. And so now you can use generative AI to generate a passage. You can select the right age level, the length that you want it to be, the topic that you want it to be on, and then you could increase or decrease the complexity depending on what you see. You could edit it and decide whether or not you want to assign it to your students, but it just makes it way easier to create additional passages for your students. So super, super excited about this one, and we've already been getting cool feedback on this one here. We also have the ability to generate comprehension questions using AI also in private preview right now. So comprehension questions are a new feature in reading progress that allows you to check the comprehension of a passage. So our reading progress AI analyzes all sorts of things like accuracy and pacing and prosody. But we also have heard loud and clear that educators want to see what's the comprehension. And so now with AI generated comprehension questions, the educator can, instead of having to come up with those questions themselves, you can have our AI analyze it, come up with some great questions, and then that forms quiz will be included as a part of your reading progress assignment. So yeah, feel free to reach out in the chat if you're interested in the private preview for either of these. And I'm going to pass it back to Mike now to close us out with some awesome updates.
I will be walking through M365 and Windows 11 updates. The first one is School Data Sync. So that is our platform tool that will help you create teams and groups and sync your rosters in. That's existed for a couple of years, but we have our version 2 that's going to be going to general availability very soon. It's in public preview now. So there's some great updates with API updates. We've got new fast CSV data validation, the ability to mark students as minors, which is useful in this future world of AI in particular, and a new admin experience. So this is going to be rolling out to general availability. You'll have until June of 2024 to move to the new version, so you don't have to move right away. But we encourage people to check out that new version. Also, Hour of Code is coming up. So that's in December, a new Minecraft module, Generation AI, really cool. There's a link here, and this whole deck is also going to be available at the end, so you can get all the links and everything you need. But there's this Hour of Code Minecraft module, a lot of fun, and it helps you be better at AI and understanding how AI works a little bit better. That's going to be in December. Also for Minecraft, for information literacy, there's a great new module called the Investigators, and we partnered with the Digital Inquiry Group. This includes Dr. Sam Weinberg, who's a legend in the information literacy space, and there's a new immersive world. So all sorts of stuff, learning objectives, educator guides, how to teach this. So we encourage you to check out that Minecraft world as well as the one for the Hour of Code. For Whiteboard, there's a few nice updates. So live text is available now. That lets you do real-time co-authoring, collaboration on any sticky note. I show this in one of my new YouTube videos as well. It's quite real-time. It's really cool. Also, we've improved text styles in Whiteboard. So it's been pretty limited in the types of text you could have in the past. Now they're adding some more options on that one. And also supporting embedded polls. This is something where you can embed YouTube videos now, you can embed forms and documents, and now we support the embedding of polls. That's going to be rolling out, I think, in just a couple of weeks. And then Windows 11. I posted my YouTube video if you want a deeper dive in all this stuff, but another nice update, this is one of my favorites, especially for teachers, is screen audio recording for the snipping tool. So I open up the start menu, launch the snipping tool, and set it to do video. And then in this case, what I'm going to do is open up OneNote. Now I'm going to hit go on this. I'm going to select the screen part that I want. I can select my microphone up top, and then I can just go record whatever I want. So I can go here in OneNote, do my stuff, do my ruler, do my highlighting, and then I hit stop, and it creates a screen recording with audio. So it's really easy to narrate what you want. You saw how quick and easy it was. I just created a little screen recording right there. So it supercharges screen recording that's just built into Windows 11. Another nice one, talking about Paint getting modernized. It used to be that a really fancy, expensive tool like Adobe would have layers. Well, guess what? MS Paint has layers now. So here's an example where I've got a nice Windows XP background. I hit that layers button, and now I can go over on the right and hit plus to add a new layer. So I'll hit plus. There's a new layer. I'm going to paste in a good Clippy Friend picture. move that around. I might want to add another layer. And in this case, I'm going to go and get a Copilot, little advanced Clippy Copilot image. Now I've got 3 layers. And I can hide a layer. So if I turn off the Windows XP layer, I only see these 2. Turn off Clippy. I might want to move this around, annotate it, update it, pull this layer back. I can merge layers. I can move them up and down. I can delete layers. So really nice layers integration straight into MS Paint. So you got layers in MS Paint, you got AI, you got background removal. The other one is Windows 11 has built-in blur. So background blur for photos. So here's a photo. So I'm going to open this up and I'm going to say add a background blur. So go to the background blur here, and then I'm going to apply it. So you can go no background blur, or you can make the background blur really blurry. So I'll go fully to the right and blur it out. So really easy to add those background blurs. And the last thing we'll cover before we get to Q&A, the tabbed Explorer and the tabbed Notepad. And so tabbed Explorer, I can add multiple tabs. Just like in a browser, I can have multiple Explorer tabs now. And similarly with Notepad, you can add multiple tabs. Again, just like in a browser, makes it more productive and easy to use those like daily tools. And so with that, the slides on the deck to download, there's a bunch of links and resources in the deck if you want to drill in more. And then this is the link to get this full PowerPoint deck. We're also going to post these links in video on YouTube, on the Microsoft YouTube channel.